best part is it looks like chocolate and it smells like chocolate too. It's April and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with this video, I just wanted to remind you guys to hit the subscribe button down below and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to hit the post notifications while you are at it. I would really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. Before I get into this video, I also wanted to mention that I am wearing my Pura Vida monthly club bracelets for the month of September, and I'm going to be posting these videos very close to each other, so if you guys want to check out that video, I'll have that linked down below as well. So let's just get into this video. Okay, so for Ulta, they are doing the 21 days of beauty steals and deals, or beauty deals or whatever. And so for today, Sunday, September 16th, they had the Too Faced chocolate bar on sale for $24.50, I believe. And you guys, I was so stoked when I saw this on their ad in my phone app that they were going to be having this one on sale for half off, because I've always wanted a Too Faced chocolate bar, but I could never bring myself to spend the money for it. So because it was half off, I was so excited to finally purchase a chocolate bar by Too Faced. So the craziest thing happened today when I went to go purchase it. I literally walked in the store 4 minutes after they had opened, and I'm very glad that I did, because when I got in there, they were like, oh no, like we're already sold out, everybody that's in line is purchasing them, and there was only like 10 people in line. So I was like oh my gosh, like did you guys only get like 10? Like I was just in shock that they were sold out within the first 4 minutes. And so I already saw customers leaving and stuff, and everybody seemed like really upset, because usually you'd think that they'd have at least like 20, 30, 40, 50 pallets maybe. I don't really know how that kind of inventory works, because I've never worked at like an Ulta or Sephora or anything. But like I was just so surprised like that they had like this big advertisement, and there's literally only one Ulta super close by me. All the other Ultas is like a really long drive for me. And so I was just like, this really blows. Like I knew that this was gonna be a really great deal that people were gonna go crazy over, because it was one of the very few eyeshadow palettes that were going on sale, and it's like a really high-end popular brand. So I was just like so upset. But luckily the sales associate was able to find me one in the back, and I guess they did have more, but they didn't know that they had more wherever they had more at, like in their back stock or underneath the counter or something. And so when they found it, they also kind of felt bad, and I also felt really bad, because I saw people had already walked out a couple minutes before, and it was because they didn't have any more of the palette. So yeah, I was really upset about that. But anyways, luckily I was able to kind of talk to one of the sales associates who really kindly found me one, because I was so upset. Like you could literally see it in my face. Like I was near tears. I was so upset, because this was the only thing that I was going to be purchasing from the Ulta Beauty deals and steals. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like my heart was crushed. So I already had started an online order, which I don't mind doing, but like I hate waiting. Like I don't know, I feel like I have like no patience, and so I haven't really gone around to doing like all my like Christmas shopping online either. I feel like I'm more of like an in-store type of gal, plus I like to kind of see it in person. So I was already starting an online order, because I was like, I really need to get a palette. Anyways, let's just finally move into this palette. Okay, this is what the palette looks like outside of the box. So this is what the box looks like. It is so cute, because it's like a little wrapper, and then this is your chocolate bar. Like look at, like, watch. Oh my god, so cute. I can't get over the packaging. I've always wanted a chocolate bar palette. So yeah, I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like when you open it up. It's super cute. There's 16 shades in here, and they are all super pretty, you guys. Like, look at that. Like, oh my god. Like, I was so excited when I got my hands on this, because I was really excited to try the Gilded Ganache, the Marzipan, the Creme Brulee, Hazelnut, Hot Chocolate, Cherry Cordial, Strawberry Bonbon, Black Forest Truffle, and Triple Fudge Amaretto, and the Champagne Truffle. Those were the colors I was super stoked to try out. So basically like over half the palette. So the first thing that you obviously notice is that the packaging is just out of this world. And secondly, you're like, Okay, it does smell like chocolate, and on the back it does say that they have antioxidant rich cocoa powder infused in the shades, so that is really good to know. Yeah, it says on the front that it's made with 100% natural cocoa powder, so that's really good to know. I'm just gonna swatch a couple of the shades for you guys. So like this is Marzipan, and it's so beautiful, you guys. Okay, I'm only gonna do 5 swatches for you guys. Then this is the Gilded Ganache, and it's like super dark, and oh, it's so pretty. Okay, then let's do Champagne Truffle. Is really pretty. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. Okay, then we'll do the Black Forest Truffle. Super pretty. And then let's do Hot Chocolate. Okay, so that is 5 of the swatches, and you guys, this palette is so pretty. I've only used it once today. I have it on my eyes right now. I use the white chocolate and the champagne truffle under my eyebrows. I use the champagne truffle in the corners of my eyes. I used milk chocolate as my transition color, and I used hot chocolate through the brow bone, and then I darkened it with the Gilded Ganache, and I brought the Gilded Ganache kind of down too, and then I used Marzipan right here. And you guys, this palette is so gorgeous. I'm obsessed, and I can't believe that they were actually selling this for half off, which starts to make me worry because a couple of months ago, I forgot if it was both stores or just one store, Ulta and Sephora, or just one of the two. They had the Bonbons palette on sale from Too Faced, and they never brought it back, and I'm so bummed that I didn't get my hands on it when I could have, because it was such a gorgeous looking palette, and I'll just honestly always regret that. I totally regret not buying that when I could have. Then the Naked palette just got retired, so now I'm worried that maybe Too Faced is considering retiring this, but because it's only on sale at Ulta, because, you know, obviously Sephora doesn't have the 21 Days of Beauty sale, I'm not sure if they're going to retire it or like what's going on, because the Naked palette is going retired, so it's half off like everywhere, like Macy's, Sephora, Ulta. And I think you can only still find it at Ulta from what I know, because I tried buying it on Sephora at first and I couldn't, so I had to buy it on Ulta, and I checked today and it says that it's still available on Ulta.com. And when I went in the store today, there was one Naked palette left, but when I went to Sephora the other day, it was completely gone. Like, they didn't have any. I'm not sure how that's all working out, but I'm just worried that like maybe Too Faced is thinking of retiring this, or like I don't know what's exactly going on, like I said, because Sephora doesn't have this one on sale. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because they wanted to participate in the 21 Days of Beauty and they knew that this one was gonna sell really quickly. You guys, this palette, I've only had it for literally today, and I love it so much. I think that there are a lot of similarities between this palette and the Naked palette, because there are a lot of dupes. Like the Champagne Truffle kind of reminds me of Sin, the Creme Brulee reminds me of the Half Baked eyeshadow, and Marzipan kind of reminds me of Sin also. And then of course the Gilded Ganache looks like, I think it's called Dark Horse in the Naked palette. And then Semi-Sweet Milk Chocolate and Salted Caramel are all different transition shades, and I know that Naked has a couple different matte transition shades in there too. The only couple differences is that this one does have more variety. There are 16 shades, and then the 2 of the brow shades they have a lot of, which I love, because when I was using the Naked palette, those were the 2 shades that I first panned, were those 2 shades, because you use them every single time that you apply eyeshadow. And then the other difference is that they also have the Strawberry Bonbon shade, the Candied Violet, and the Cherry Cordial shades, like these 3, this shade, and this shade right here. And those are more like fun shades, like colorful shades, you know, and the Naked palette doesn't really have a lot of color besides the Toasted, Hustle, and Dark Horse, and even then those aren't necessarily like colorful, because they're still kind of muted and natural and just smoky looking in general. So like it's not like you got like a pink or like a blue in there like you do in this palette, or I'm sorry, violet. You do have a little bit more options in this palette. It's hard for me to say that one is better than the other, however, because I've only had this one for a day. I've never owned any of the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes before. The only one that I have from any of the Too Faced collection is an old version of one of the smaller palettes, and then I believe just the Sweet Peach palette. I think those are the only two that I've ever gotten from Too Faced, and I do love the Sweet Peach palette. However, you can easily dupe that at many other different places, except for that one color. I forgot what it's called, but it's that really shiny color on the first row. I can't remember it, but anyways, so I mean, I think that this palette was an amazing deal. Like, I try to only buy palettes like this when they are on sale or when I have a gift card, and typically that's around the holiday season, because I'll ask for gift cards for Christmas from friends or family members towards, you know, places like Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, so that I can get my Too Faced Urban Decay makeup palettes then, so that I don't have to spend my own money on palettes, or even for my birthday, like I'll ask. But yeah, other than that, I don't really buy palettes unless they're on sale. So I'm really happy that now I have like 2 high-end palettes in my collection, because as much as I love finding my dupes, it's always nice to still have a higher end palette that you know that you can depend on for the long-lasting shadows to not crease and all that stuff that happens on our eyelids every day. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this palette, you guys. Again, it's hard for me to just judge it off of one day, but I did end up picking this up and I have used it once, and so far I love it. And I do think that this is a very easy palette to work around. If you have a daughter, niece, or friend's daughter, someone who's just starting to get into makeup, I do think that the chocolate bar is a great beginner palette along with the Naked palette. The only difference that I have noticed so far is that the Naked palette does have more darker colors than this palette does. I know that it looks like that there's a lot of dark colors on here, but there's also a lot of light colors, and that's because you do get 16 shades on here versus the Naked palette only has 12, so that you do get more of like a universal, versatile type of selection to choose from between the two palettes, is that because there is more in this palette, if that makes sense. I don't know about the grams or like which one's a better deal at full price based on how much product that you get, but just versatility wise, you are going to get more looks from this just because there are more colors. That's just about all I can tell you. I could easily think that I could get 20 to 40 different looks from this palette, but even then you could get hundreds if you just toss everything on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, again, it's just to each their own. I think that both palettes are an amazing deal. I am gonna say that I do love the Naked palette, and I do completely trust it because I have already panned it before and I did have it for 7 years. But this one I've only had for less than a day, so it's hard for me to say. However, I think so far that you are getting a great deal for either of the two palettes if you are debating between one or the other. And again, they are both versatile for beginners to people who already know how to do makeup. I think that they make great gifts for people. And just keep in mind, I do think that both palettes are full of lots of cool shades. There's not a lot of warm tones in either palette. There's just a few warm tones. I only see about like 2 or 3 in this palette, and again in the Naked palette. But I think eye color wise, you could get away with this for any eye color, and same with the Naked palette. But I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys in case you guys were wondering. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this palette, and if you guys did end up picking it up for the 21 Days of Beauty. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys all have a glamorous rest of your day. Bye!
L-A-N-O-R-O-U-S, yeah.